I'm going to show you how to build a Spectra S3 client for SpectraLogic's BlackPearl gateway to deep storage. BlackPearl creates a private cloud interface to SpectraLogic's tape and disk archives. We will be building a small Windows desktop client using the Spectra C#.NET software development kit. We're going to build an application that moves files from a local directory to BlackPearl. To get started, you will need to download Visual Studio Community 2015. You can download it from visualstudio.com. Choose Download Community 2015, save it, and then install it with the default options. I'll skip the installation process in this video. Start the installed Visual Studio and choose the default startup options. Then click on New Project. We are going to build a Windows desktop application. On the left side, choose Visual C# and then choose Windows Forms Application. Then click OK. Next, you will want to install the software development kit for BlackPearl into your project. Go to developer.spectralogic.com and click on Downloads. Then click on Download .NET SDK Latest Release. Click on the NUPKG file and save it to your local computer. Be sure to remember where you saved it. Next, go back into Visual Studio, and in the right column, right-click on References in the Solution Explorer and choose Manage Nuget Packages. The Nuget screen will then appear. Click on the Settings icon, which looks like a gear. Select the Package Sources option. You will want to add a new package source for your local computer. Click on the plus icon. For the name field, enter local. For the source field, navigate to the location where you saved the new package file. Then press OK. Now choose Local in the Package Source dropdown. Choose the DS3 Net SDK and then press the Install button and press OK when prompted. Now we will get the BlackPearl simulator running. The simulator runs on your local machine and allows you to run code and issue commands to it just like a real BlackPearl. If you don't already have the BlackPearl simulator, go to our Getting Started page on developer.spectralogic.com for instructions on downloading and installing the simulator. The running simulator looks like this. Just like a real BlackPearl, the simulator has a web interface that can be accessed at the IP address shown. Enter this IP address into your browser to log in. The login and password are both Spectra. We will need to create a user and a bucket. A bucket is a top-level container in BlackPearl for files. Navigate to the Users page to create your first user. Go to Action, New, and complete the new user form. I will not create a user here as I have already done so previously. Once the user account is created, you can single-click on it and then go to Action, Show S3 Credentials to get the S3 Access ID and secret key. You will need these for the client application we will be building. We'll paste these values into our text editor for future reference. Next, go to the Buckets page. Here you can create a new bucket. On a new simulator installation, there will not initially be any buckets listed. Go to Action, New to add the bucket. Be sure to set the bucket owner to the user you just created. We now need to go into Visual Studio and look at our code to add the references to the SDK libraries. Back in Visual Studio, in the Solution Explorer on the right side, expand the form1.cs and then double-click on Form 1. In the section with the using statements, we'll add references to the DS3 and DS3.helpers libraries. Let's now build the interface for our desktop application. in the Solution Explorer on the right side, double-click on form1.cs. Next, open the Toolbox panel on the left side and set it to Dock. We're going to add fields for the BlackPearl IP, port, bucket, access ID, secret key, and local path. That's why we've made our form a bit bigger to fit all those fields. Under the Common Controls in the Toolbox panel, we're going to add a text box. We actually need 7 text boxes, so we'll add one and then use copy-paste to add 6 more. Once the text boxes are created, we'll also need a button that we can press to upload the directory to BlackPearl. Before we go any further, let's resize these objects. Select them all and then grab one of the handles and drag them to the right. Now let's put in values in all these objects so we know what they are. We'll use the text field in the Properties Inspector on the right side to add values into each field. The first field is for the IP address of the BlackPearl. The second field is for the port of the BlackPearl. The third field is for the bucket name on the BlackPearl. The fourth field is for the access ID. The next field is for the secret key. And finally, the last field we'll be adding a name for is for the local path of the directory we'll be uploading. Let's also change the text on our button to Upload. Note that the last empty text box will be used to display a confirmation message when the directory has successfully been uploaded to BlackPearl. Now that all of the controls have been added, we are ready to start coding. We want the directory to be uploaded to BlackPearl when the user clicks on the button. So single click on the Upload button and go to the Events pane, which looks like a lightning bolt in the Properties Inspector. Double-click on the empty field to the right of the click action. This will generate a function in the form1.cs file that will be called when the button is clicked. We only need to add 4 lines of code to transfer the directory. The first line of code will set up the communication with BlackPearl. This code starts below the comment in green that says Get BlackPearl Helper Object. The IDS3 Client Helpers class abstracts and simplifies the communication with BlackPearl. In this code, text box 1 is the IP address, text box 2 is the port, text box 4 is the access ID, and text box 5 is the secret key. The second line of code will set up the job to move the directory. This code is below the comment in green text that starts with creates a bulk job. In this code, the bucket name is textbox 3 and the local directory to be uploaded is textbox 6. The third line of code transfers the directory. This code is below the comment in green that says transfer all of the files. And the final line of code will alert us when the transfer is complete. It displays a confirmation message in the last text box, textbox 7. To better understand this code, check out the C# documentation and code examples on the documentation page of the developer website. Let's now run our completed application. Press on the Start button at the top of the application. Now we will enter values for all labeled fields based on the information we have collected previously. First, we'll enter the IP address of the BlackPearl simulator. Next, we'll enter the port. For the simulator, it's port 8080. For a real BlackPearl, it's port 80. We'll enter the name of the bucket that we created with the BlackPearl simulator web interface. And then we'll copy and paste the access ID and secret key that we recorded previously for the user. For the local path, we'll just use a temporary directory. Once the fields are completed, press the Upload button, and the confirmation appears that the transfer is complete. Let's now check to see that the files were successfully uploaded to BlackPearl. And indeed they were. You can now see how easy it is to build BlackPearl clients using our software development kits. For more information, head over to developer.spectralogic.com.